Hello and good day to everyone. I am Eric Nathan Villanueva from BSIT Triples. And today, I'm going to discuss the simulation and demonstration of LAN creation subnetting with Cisco Packet Tracer. So, just a quick introduction. This Packet Tracer simulation gives you hands-on practice with networking fundamentals, proper IP addressing, accurate subnetting, and device configuration. You'll see how a LAN actually operates, test connectivity between devices, and understand why networking makes networks more organized and efficient. By the way, subnetting, like Sir Jeremy explained, is simply dividing a big network into a smaller, more manageable chunks. So, first up, we'll work through the subnetting calculations for each LAN, network ID, usable IP range, and broadcast ID. We'll also figure out the number of networks, total IP per network, and usable addresses, just like we discussed earlier. So to begin, we'll, uh, we'll begin with our original network block, which is 192.168.10.0/25. So how our total bits is 32. So how did we get 32? For us to figure out, we need to first look at our original network bits and original host bits. So originally, we have 24 network bits, and and our host bits originally is 8. If we combine these two, we are gonna get 32, and that's where we get the total bits of 32. And now for our network bits. Usually, we can see our network bits through our CIDR. But to further elaborate, um, our we're gonna go back here, and we see that we have 24 network bits. Our CIDR is 25. Therefore, we need another one. In order for us to achieve a 25 network bits, we need to borrow from our host bits, which is here. So we're borrowing here. Therefore, 24 plus 1, we're gonna get 25. That is where we get the 25 network bits. Now, for our host bits, we have 7. So how did we get the 7? So if we go back here, we can actually see that from our previous calculation, we borrowed 1 host bits here. Therefore, we need to subtract our original host bits of 8 with 1, which is our new host bits is going to be 7, which is here, as you can see. Then, our subnet mask is 255.255.255.128. So how did we get 128? So in order for us to get this 128, we have to look back to our borrowed host, host bit, or yeah, our borrowed host bits, because each host bit here has a corresponding value, and here we borrowed this one. Therefore, we get this 2 to the power of 7, and if we calculate this, we're actually gonna get 128, and that is where we get the 128. So now that we have discussed that, we're now going um, continuing with our subnetting requirements, which is our objective is to create two subnets. So here is our calculation summary. So our new network block here is 192.168.10.0/26. So why 26? Because we need two subnets. On our previous network block, we only have we only borrowed we only have one subnets. Therefore, we need another one. So 25 plus 1 is equals to 26. So our new CIDR notation will be 26. So our new subnet mask will now be 255.255.192. So how did we get the 92? In order for us to know where do we get it, we need to go back here and see our borrowed host bits. So now in our current subnet mask, we have two borrowed host bits, which is this two. So we need to calculate these two. We certainly know that this is 128. Then this, if we calculate this, we are getting 64. So if we add 128 plus 1 plus 64, we're actually gonna get 192. That is where our 192 originated from. So new CIDR notation, just like we discussed earlier. And now the number of networks. In order for us to get the number of networks, we have to we have to see our borrowed networks. So our formula for here is 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of borrowed networks. So our borrowed network is only one, just like here. So um, so 2 to raised to 1 is equals to 2 networks. Then our IPs per network, our formula here is 2 raised to n, which is um, the value of n is the remaining host bits that we have. So as far as we remember, we borrowed 2 from the 8 host bits. Therefore, we only have 6 bits left. So therefore, our substitute for n is 6. So 2 to raise to the 6 is equals to 64 IP addresses. So now our usable IP spread network, our formula here is 2 to the raise to n minus 2, where n is equals to the remaining host bits, which is 6. So therefore, 2 raised to 6 minus 2 is equals to 2, which is equals to 62. So therefore, we have 62 hosts. So now if you're wondering why we subtract 2, because we need we need to allocate 2 ID network for our network ID and for our broadcast ID. So just a quick recap, we have total bits of 32 and network bits of 26 and host bits of 6. Now let's move on to our subnet allocation table. So for our subnet 1, we have our network ID 192.168.10.0. So this is where do we begin? So um, subnet mask will be 1,255.255.255.192. So where do we get the 92? We can just see here, this is our subnet mask. Then the usable IP range. So 192.168.10.1. So we just follow this point zero. That's why we get the point one. And in order for us to see the limit of our IP range, we need to actually add this zero and our usable IP networks, which is 62. Therefore, 0 plus 62 is equals to 62. Therefore, our usable IP range limit is 192.168.10.62. Then our broadcast ID is 192.168.10.63. So we just followed this ID ID, this 192.168.10.2.62. That's why we get 0.63. Then moving on to our subnet 2, our network ID here. I will just follow this 0.63, 19, which is 192.168.10.64. Then our subnet mask will be the same, 255.255.255.192. Then our usable IP range will start from 192 from 168.10.65. We just follow this 165. Then just like last time, we're gonna see, we're gonna add 0.64 plus 62 will be 126, which is the limit of our IP range, 192.168.10.126. Then our broadcast ID would be 192.168.10.127. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're gonna go in Cisco Packet Tracer. So here, in order for us to demonstrate this, we need a router. So we need the 2911 router. Then we need two switches. And here we're gonna need this two. We're gonna need two switches, which is this one, 2960. Okay, two 2960 switches. Okay, let me just format it a little bit so it's much more cleaner. Then we're gonna need four end devices, which are PCs, PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4. Okay, now that we're done with that, hmm, okay, just a moment. Okay, sorry, didn't do that for happen. Then we're gonna connect them using a copper straight through. So here we're gonna use the gigabit internet 0/0. We're gonna connect here. We're gonna connect it here. Then we're gonna use fast Ethernet 0/1. Okay. Now for our switch to um, gigabit internet 0/1. Then we're gonna connect here. Then we're gonna connect here from fast Ethernet 0./1. So I just forgot. We're gonna rename this for us to better determine the switches. Okay, okay. Just a moment. I'm just gonna rename them. Okay, start with here. C4. This is PC4. This is PC3. This is okay. This is PC2. And this is PC1. Okay. Now that we're done, we're gonna continue connecting them. So here, we're gonna use gigabit Ethernet 0/1. We're gonna connect it here. Fast Ethernet 0. Then another one. We're gonna connect it here. Gigabit Internet Ethernet 0/2. Then we're gonna connect it here. Okay. Just the same. We're gonna do the same. 0/1 gigabit Internet 0/1. And again, gigabit Internet 0/2. And fast Ethernet 0. Now that we're done connecting them, the next thing that we're gonna do is to configure our router. So we're gonna go here, then we're gonna go to our CLI, then we're gonna configure it. So no, and then we're gonna enable it. Then we're gonna go conft. Now that we are in um, config t, now what we're gonna do is to enter our interface gigabit 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 Ethernet, Ethernet, Ethernet 0/0, um, because this is the one that has been connected with our switch one. So we do that. Then IP address, IP address 192.168.10.1. So where did we get this one? So in order for us to better understand, we're gonna go back here, and as we see, our our usable IP range will be here. That's why our beginning our yeah our beginning IP range will be um, point one. That's why. So again, let's go back here. Sorry. Okay. Then of course we're not gonna forget about um, the another one. This one. 255.192. So where did we get this? We get this by our subnet mask here, 255.255.255.192. Then after that, we're just gonna go back here. Then what we're gonna do is to just enter it. Then no shot. Then I'm just gonna say no shot. Okay. Now that that's good. Um, then we're gonna go exit. Gonna go exit. Then um, hmm, then we're gonna go again. Interface gigabit gigabit Ethernet Ethernet. So this is for our switch two. So 0/1. Okay. Just be careful with like your typings because it is really case sensitive. So okay. Now that that's done, now what we're gonna do is to just input again the IP address, which is okay IP address 192.168.10.65. So where did we get this 65? We need to go back here. Our the starting of our usable IP range is 65. Therefore, that's the reason why. Okay. Then um, after that, um, we're gonna input again our subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.192. Okay. Now that that's done, we're just gonna enter it again. Then we're gonna say no shot again. Oh, sorry, no shot. Sorry. Okay. Now that's done. We're gonna go exit. Okay. Now we're done with our. We're done configuring our um, router. Now that that's done, we're now gonna go and configure our PCs or our end devices. So we're just gonna go here, then we're gonna go to desktop, then we're gonna go to IP configuration. Then here, we're just gonna type 192.168.10.2. So where did we actually get this? So because last time, as you can see, we have used the um, the point one for the router. Therefore, we can't use it anymore. So then we'll proceed with the next ID which is point two. So just gonna enter that. Then um, we're just gonna change our subnet mask and make it the same with our current subnet mask. Hmm. Then our default gateway. which is the one that we use from the router, which is 192.168.10. Point, okay, sorry, point 1, and that's it. It's now configured. Now we're just gonna exit this. Then we'll proceed with our PC2. Again, go to the desktop, IP configuration. Uh, Now, again, just like uh, last time, we're gonna go 192.168.10.3. Now, why 3? Because from the last time, we have used the point 2 from the PC1. Now, we're gonna use the point 3 for our PC2. Then configure again the subnet mask. Then again, our default gateway would be 192.168.10.1. Okay, now that that's done, we just click away, and then we're just gonna X this. Then now we'll proceed with our PC3. So again, IP configuration. So 192.168.10.66. So why this one was different? Why it's just leave, because because our PC3 is now is connected to our switch 2, and last time our configuration with this is actually our as we can see here, this is our subnet 2, which is 65. We've configured that on the router. Therefore, we need the 66 here. Okay, sorry. Let me go back. So that's why we need 66. So our subnet mask will be the same. So 192 again. Then this time, our default gateway will be 192.168.10.65, because that's what we configured on the router, right? Now that's done. Okay. Now just X this one. Then we'll proceed with our last one, which is PC4. So again, 192.168 that point point 10.67. Okay, why 67? Because 66 is already occupied by our PC3. So now let's now again configure this 192. Okay, then again our default gateway will be 192.168. Okay, 168.10.65. Okay, that's good. That's okay. Okay, now it should be working now. Our All of our computers should be configured now. So in order for us to better see it, what we're gonna do is to just go with our PC1. Then we're gonna go to the command prompt. Then here, we're gonna test the connectivity. In order for us to do that, we're just gonna go and ping them. We're gonna ping the PC2 and PC4 and the two gateways that we have created. So ping 192.168 10.3. Okay. Okay, it's 0% loss. So our always target here will be 0% loss. If it's another number like 25%, we need to try it again. So now that's successful. We now need to test the PC3, which is 66. Again, I'm just gonna ping that. Okay, now we have 25% loss. Therefore, we need to try it again. Okay, it's now wonderful. It's now 0% loss. That means it's successful. Now, now that we're done with three PC3, we're now gonna proceed with our PC4. So again, we're gonna ping them. Okay, 25% loss. We're gonna try again. Wonderful, 0%. Now we're gonna ping our gateway now. So it should be 192.168.10.1. So as we configured earlier. So we're just gonna ping them. Okay, 0% loss. That's great. Okay, now we're gonna ping the gateway of subnet 2. Um, that is which is 65. Okay, great. It's 0%. Now that that's done, we're done with testing the connectivity of our PC1. We can now proceed with our PC2. So again, desktop command prompt. Then what we're going to do is just ping 192.168 point 10 point. Now we're going to ping our PC1. So the address of our PC1 is point 2. So just wait for that. Okay, wonderful. We got zero loss. Then uh, we'll proceed with PC3 because this is PC2. So 66. So our PC3 ID is 66. Okay, great. It's 0%. Let's now proceed with our PC4. Okay, 0% loss again. That's great. Now we'll proceed with our gateway of subnet 1. Okay, that's great. It's 0% loss. Now we're gonna go and proceed with our gate 2, which is 65. Okay, that's great. Hmm. So now we're done testing the connectivity of PC2. Now let's proceed with PC3. Okay, PC3. So again, 192.168.10.2 because that is the address of PC1. So, oh, sorry, I forgot the pin. Okay, okay, we're doing great so far, 0%. Then um, the PC2, which is 3. Okay, another zero loss. That's great. Then our PC4, which is 67. Okay, okay, that's great. Now we'll now go with our gateway of subnet 1. Okay, 0.1. Okay, point 1. Okay, then our gateway of subnet 2. Another 0%. That's great. Our PC3 is connected successfully. Now we'll proceed with the last one, which is PC4. Okay, let's go. Again, ping 192.168.10.2. Okay. Um, this is for our PC1. Okay, we're doing great. It's 0% loss. And then point 3. Okay, that's great. Another 0% loss. Then 66 for our PC3. Okay, that's great. Then we're gonna ping our subway gateway 1. Then um, our gateway of subnet 2. Okay, wonderful. Um, that's we have now successful. We have now to conclude this. We actually connected. We actually connected the four PCs um, in the router and the switches and everything. So that concludes my um, final presentation uh, connect for our simulation and demonstration of LAN creation subnetting with Cisco Packet Tracer. Thank you so much.